It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog.
My name is Chris McBurney, and I play Ringo in Let It Be.
And now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured.
Let It Be is really a tribute to the Beatles. We kind of take the audience on a journey about how they sort of started. It's all done through song, so we start pretty much from the beginning when they started on the Ed Sullivan Show, and we move up to Shea Stadium, go to the Sgt. Pepper, Abbey Road era. They were so prolific and had so much influence on so many different people and musicians and just generally popular culture, so we kind of try to take them on that journey. And we do all that within the first act. The second act is a little bit different for us, which we've kind of changed the format a little bit. That will go into the solo careers of the Beatles. So we kind of reimagined sort of what might have been if they had gotten together in right around 1980, sort of when Lennon had his 40th birthday. The songwriting team of Lennon and McCartney is just impeccable. You can't beat it. They're just, to me, they're musical geniuses. You know, they're, I think, our Mozart, our Beethoven for our generation. So it really kind of, I think, it brings, you know, a lot of nostalgia to people. It brings families together because you have, you know, 3 generations of Beatle fans out there. You got a kid who's 7 years old dancing and singing in the aisles with his grandpa who's 67 years old, you know. So it's just kind of remarkable how one band could bring that many people together. And it's really a huge treat to be a part of it.
Let it be, let it be, let it be.
I really enjoyed the second act where we kind of come out as sort of the 1980 version of Ringo Starr and the 80 version of Lennon and McCartney and get to play you know, sort of these new solo tunes but together as Beatles. So it's like we're reunited and it's like everything's great and groovy and now let's just rock on. So there's a little rock and roll medley kind of that we do, a throwback to sort of the Beatles roots with Chuck Berry and Little Richard, and so that's a lot of fun to kind of get back to that rock and roll roots in the second act.
Have you met the real Ringo or any of the other Beatles?
Never have. Always wanted to, but yeah, one day hopefully. I've seen both McCartney and Ringo's solo shows, but yeah, I'd love to at some point. It'd be really cool.
Last question: what is the toughest Beatles song to play? You know, from the drummer's point of view.
I think there's a few of them, but the one that sort of stands out to me is "Strawberry Fields." That is a song that in the studio, it's actually kind of 2 songs, 2 takes that have been sort of cobbled together that George Martin did, so you can kind of hear different feels a little bit of each take. So in order to kind of capture that in a live situation, it can be a little tricky. I mean, we spent hours and hours like dissecting this music and listening to it really like in a very kind of geeky way where we're just like, it's almost like a laboratory where you're going over things with like a fine-tooth comb and listening very detailed things. So just to get that feel just right is a little tricky, but I think we pretty much nailed it every night.